Hey guys, Jamie here from the Butch Harmon School of Golf Dubai, and today I just wanted to very quickly talk to you about how to best turn your body into the backswing and how to really maximize the power that you create without sacrificing too much accuracy. When it comes to making a backswing, what we tend to see a lot of people do is really try and get too much power or too much length in their backswing. Definitely more than most people's body will really allow them to do. As a result, what we tend to see is a couple of things. You'll see that the arms could lift away from the body, they become very upright and really lifted in the backswing. Some people might describe this as a very high arm plane if they get too high in the backswing. Others will start to stand up out of posture and they feel like they lose their spine angle. So you see here my body's in a very straight position as I swing back. And these will often cause, well, they may help you actually get some power, but they will also cause a lot of inconsistency when it comes to where you strike on the club face. And it'll also cause a lot of inconsistency in terms of the path and the face at impact. And both of these things will actually ultimately sacrifice you distance, even if you do create a little bit more speed in the downswing. What we want to do today is show you how to really turn correctly and kind of figure out what your body will allow you, or how far your body will allow you to turn into the backswing. So what we're going to do is very simply, we're going to use a little basketball here. You can use any kind of ball, football, anything at all, just something that you can hold out. And what I really want to focus on here is that I keep my spine angle the same. So whatever spine angle I set up at, I want to really feel like I keep that the whole way through the swing. What I'm going to try and feel is that my right side, so my right shoulder and my right hip, almost turn out of the way. So by that I mean, as I turn back, I'm going to feel like my right shoulder comes behind my back and my right hip will also come with that. Now the shoulder is going to pull the hip, so you don't need to consciously really pull the hip out of the way, but if you feel like it's not moving as much as it should, you can definitely have that as a swing thought. So for me, I'm going to get the basketball into my setup, normal setup routine, and from there I'm going to turn my right shoulder and then ultimately my right hip out of the way. Now you can see one thing about me, I'm quite stiff in my shoulders, I haven't got great flexibility, same with my hips, so my swing will reflect that. I won't be able to make a turn that somebody like Rory McIlroy or someone will do, but what I can do is I can get into my setup, turn as much as I physically can, and that's probably my top there before I really start to lift from my shoulder or lift from my arm. And from that position I can get the most amount of power for me and also a lot more consistency than, say, if I did try and get more. So again, I'm going to go into that setup, I'm going to feel like my right shoulder, my right hip pull out of the way or pull back behind me, and a nice full turn, and I can feel a lot of weight over on the right side as I do that. As we go into an actual swing, the thought process is the same. So I want to feel like as I swing back that my right shoulder gets out of the way, my right hip gets out of the way. So I make this nice full turn, and again, you see with a golf club in my hand, it's generally probably, for me, shorter than most people would swing, but that's all my body will allow me to do. So let's give it a try. So I'm going to go into my normal setup, I'm going to give it a quick feel, right shoulder, right hip out of the way, feels good, and let's give it a swing. And that's a pretty good shot for me. So like I say, everybody is going to be different. Everybody's going to have a different amount they can turn. There's no point in looking at your friend and saying, well, he turns this far, or he swings the club this far. Try and figure out how far you turn. And if you want to increase how much you turn, what you'll need to do is really work on it hard in the gym. You'll need to do some fitness stuff, some flexibility stuff, and really that's ultimately how you're going to get more out of it. But for now, try and figure out how far you can turn. Use that to your advantage so you don't try and turn past that and end up with some swing faults, and use that to maximize the consistency and the strike in your game.